Fujifilm is notoriously known for seeing faces in trees, and here we have some trees. So is the autofocus on my face or on that face? No, so it's on my face. Let's see if I get close. Closer, even closer. Oh, damn, Fuji, come on. Okay. What about now? What about now? I'm not in the frame. Fuji, come on. Am I in focus? Okay, welcome ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and everybody in between. I am on firmware 7.1, shooting with the XH2S in the default settings and with the Viltrox 75mm f1.2 shot at f1.2. I have tested this firmware for the past few days, and whether they have rolled back to another version of the firmware or they have improved the 7.0, it feels better. Overall, it feels better. When you shoot photos or when you shoot video, generally speaking, there is an improvement. Now, I still don't like the fact that the company has not been 100%, let's say, transparent with the users, and in the firmware release, it's written, algorithm partially revised to improve focusing accuracy and subject tracking performance. What does that even mean, partially revised? Did you just change a few things here and there? Did you roll back and change a few things? Like, you know, I wish there was a video coming directly from Fujifilm headquarters saying, guys, this is it, we've improved it, and let us know what you think, let us know if you find any bugs or anything like that, right? Still not happening, but I'm happy that at least it's an improvement over what we had in the past. Here are a few of the things that personally I've noticed and have changed. Now it has become better at tracking subjects that do not leave the frame, move back and forth, right and left, turn around and whatnot. The subject will stay in focus, especially if there's no other subjects in the background, and now there is no more faces and eyes in the trees. And another thing is that it doesn't hunt when it loses the subject. So if with the previous firmwares, if it lost the subject, it would hunt a little bit, go back and forth, and then it would acquire the subject and maybe lose it again. But now if I do this, it should focus on the background, and when I come back, you know, it's okay. I'm just using the default settings for the most part, because that's how most people use cameras nowadays. You don't really have the time to fiddle with the settings of the autofocus every time you have to shoot a different scene. Like if you will have to stay a whole day shooting something that's very fast paced, then yes, it makes sense. But if you are in a situation where you don't really know what's going to happen, you know, you just stick with default or something you find it the most reliable from your experience. Now, let's talk a little bit about the cons. Sometimes when you go left or right and you get out of the frame by going to the left like this, and then you come back. Now, sometimes it won't focus. Was it faster than before? Like if I woof. Oh really? It's not good. Was it better before? Damn. For real. Sometimes it will not focus immediately. There might be a little hunt on the background and then on the subject, but then it comes back, it gets it back. Now, I'm not saying that's ideal. I'm not saying that's the best. It's definitely not, but it's better than before. And I've noticed another thing. If I leave the frame horizontally and there is another subject in the background, it will focus on the subject in the background. And if that person is moving, when I come back into the frame, it will keep focusing on that person. I don't know if that is good or bad. I mean, In terms of performance, I think it's good because the camera locks on another human subject and it sticks with that, and it doesn't lock on another person coming into frame. Personally, it happened once and my tracking sensitivity was at 4. So that means that the camera would focus on a subject and would stick with the subject for a longer period of time, and that was exactly how it should work. But it happened another time when I moved the camera sideways, and then when I came back, it waited a little bit more until focusing again. As far as my experience goes, it's better. It performs. Right now you're looking at the footage, and I'm pretty sure that I'm in focus and I've been in focus and it did not hunt on the background once. It's definitely stickier to the subject. It's definitely more reliable. It's not perfect, again, it's not Sony or Canon, but I can see the improvement, and if they keep doing this, probably it will get to a level where it's good. At the end of the day, the most important thing would be for a professional photographer to bring the results home. And what I mean by that is, if you take the camera on a shoot, on a set, you're doing an event, a portrait shoot, a wedding, video work, anything. Does the camera deliver, or does it make you say, fuck, I missed the shot because of the autofocus? That is the question. And if that happens, then it's clearly not the camera for you. But think about this for a second though. Over the past few months, we have witnessed a special thing, and that is, if enough people speak out loud, a camera company will take into consideration what we say. Of course, with Fujifilm, it took longer than I wish it had taken, but we've seen lots of creators speak out loud about this issue, and the brand, in a way, took responsibility and made something to move in a good direction. And if you are a Fujifilm lover, I encourage you to go watch other creators' videos, for example, like Edward, because I'm pretty sure he is putting an ungodly amount of hours in, doing all those tests with different firmwares, different lenses and whatnot. Watch Thierry Gibraltar, he's also pretty good. Omar Knows Photos, he's been riding this firmware update wave. And this other dude, Philip R. Peck, I've watched his video for the first time yesterday actually, and he did an amazing job at testing the autofocus, and he figured out that it would still, had these little annoying steps. So please watch all those videos, comment on them, speak out loud about your issues and about your experiences, whether they are good or bad experiences, because at the end, this is about, having a community that is strong enough to be listened by a brand. And we need to make Fujifilm understand that without us, they're nothing. And last but not least, I want to leave you with this phrase that I heard James Parsons say in one of his videos. If you solve a problem, you'll create another one. And I think that will be the case with Fujifilm, and that will be the case with us Fujifilm users, because as soon as they solve the autofocus issue, then something else will come. So yeah, keep this in mind and have a nice day.